Nowadays, the principal protagonists are Lancia with their supercharged mid-engine Rally versus Audi with their turbocharged four-wheel drive Quattro. The pre-event preparations and practice are painstaking as both camps assemble in their respective ski resort bases. One word sums up the 1984 Monte Carlo Rally: snow and plenty of it. It's the first time there's been a significant quantity at Monte time for 5 years. And it's an answer to the Audi team's repeated prayers for the slippery, difficult conditions in which the latest four-wheel drive Quattros can seek revenge over their principal rivals Lancia, who beat them in the World Championship last year. Lancia team leaders Markku Alén and Ilkka Kivimäki have never won this great rally. They were second last year. Spearheading Audi's World Championship effort in '84 is Swedish ace Stig Blomqvist. He too has yet to win a Monte. Reigning world champion stalwart Hannu Mikkola is certain to be among the contenders for victory. German ace Walter Röhrl is widely regarded as the greatest rally driver of all time. Now, if he can absorb all the pressures upon him and beat the Scandinavians on ice and snow, that accolade will be beyond dispute.
First of all, the main impression is the traction. It's incredible good. And all the other things are not so important. The really thing which is very impressive is the traction. And of course, for me, it's also a difference between the compressor engine of Lancia and now with the turbo engine. The compressor has more power from 2,000 to 5,000, and this car and this engine has much more power from 5 to 8. And all these things I have to use now and have to learn. And I hope that after 2-3 rallies, I will need to learn it really proper, that I should be able to say now I am really able to drive this car quite properly.
So you're going to have to change your driving techniques quite a lot then?
2 days this morning, first time I was left foot braking, I always said I can't believe that it's necessary to make left foot braking, but now I understand it's really necessary, otherwise it doesn't turn. And of course, if you are only 15 years have used the left foot for the clutch, you have not so really sensitive feeling for braking. And that's the reason which I have to learn.
And what about the first rally, which is starting in a fortnight's time, Walter, the Monte Carlo?
That's of course that's the biggest problem. It's the most important race in the year, and it's my first one. It means it's a learning race for me, and it will be very difficult for me. But anyway, trying is that Audi is winning. And I'm sure if it's snow, I cannot win. But then with Stig and Hanno, we have two drivers which are really able to do just what they want with the assets.
You say if there's snow, you won't be able to win.
Now, if so, I'm for sure not. That I have to learn too much to drive this car on loose surface. I have no problems on asphalt. But on snow, it was my first experience now, and with, let's say, I have the possibility to make some 5-6 hours more in this week practicing. It's for sure not enough to really do it proper.
But if there is no snow, can you give the Lanciers a good fight?
I don't know. It will be difficult. The best thing, I said it before, it's we just need 30% snow. It means that everybody has to use MS tires. Even if 70% is asphalt, and we have to go with MS tires, I think then it's possible to beat them. But it's very difficult if we are all on racing tires.
You're looking forward to the Monte Carlo Rally?
Yes, of course. I just start my practice tomorrow. Quite late, of course. But it's the same like the last 10 years. It should not be so possible and not be so difficult to learn the road. The only problem is to learn to handle the car.
Special Stage 2. Electric thunderstorms descend on the Alps and the Lancia team's worst fears are being realized. Walter Röhrl, a complete professional, is learning rapidly. Mikkola makes a steady start. Already outclassed is Salonen's Nissan. There's ardent French support for Jean-Claude Androuet's Lancia, followed by another Frenchman, Jean-Luc Terrier, in his Renault 5 Turbo. Early leader Stig Blomqvist is heading for another fastest time on this stage. Bruno Sabi excels in another Renault 5 Turbo. In the tiny village of Saint-Pierre-de-Chartreuse, the atmosphere is electric. Blomqvist still leads as the first daylight special stage begins at La Souche in the picturesque Ardèche region of France. But he's under great pressure from Röhrl. The new boy's only 10 seconds behind. He's catching on fast. Already the Audis are in a class of their own, and the Lanciers are struggling to stay in touch, despite the fact that at this low altitude, there's little evidence of the snow and ice waiting at the summit. World champion Hannu Mikkola is being left behind as the battle between Blomqvist and Röhrl unfolds. Surprise of the event, however, are the privately entered Renault 5 Turbos. Terrier is fourth and the best of the rest behind the Audis. Blomqvist, the acknowledged Quattro expert, is very much aware that he's got a titanic struggle on his hands. Bruno Sabi's Renault is fifth. But for the conventional front-engine rear-wheel drive cars like the Nissan 240 RS, it's not a happy event. British driver Teddy Cabe is fighting back after an unfortunate early accident on a road section. Once again, Swedish driver Kalle Grundl's diminutive Group A Volkswagen Golf is showing well. He's instantly at home. But if you're in a four-wheel drive Subaru and you're more used to competing on a Kenyan Safari, it sometimes takes a while longer. Shaker Mehta practices his three-point zones. Wednesday morning, special stage 16 at Sisteron in the Alps, and the Monte Carlo Rally is poised to enter its most exciting phase. The amazing Walter Röhrl is matching Stig Blomqvist's stage times, and these two great drivers are totally dominating the event. Veteran French ace Jean-Luc Terrier is still in fourth place and driving splendidly, although his car is no match for four-wheel drive. World champion Mikkola's been completely outpaced by his two Audi teammates. He holds a lonely third place. Bruno Bruno Sabi's Renault 5 Turbo is still fifth, although he's now coming under some pressure from Bettiger, leading the Lancia Challenge. But try as they might, the Italians are making no impression whatsoever on the Audis. High in the Dauphine Alps near Gap, Blomqvist still leads Walter Röhrl by a slender margin. The difference now stands at 14 seconds, but the German has succeeded in playing himself in with great skill and without incident, and the struggle shows every sign of intensifying. Handling his new car with a verve that suggests years of familiarity, Röhrl is giving the chase everything he's got. And Blomqvist, for so long the hunter, now becomes the hunted as he searches his massive repertoire of talent for a key to maintaining his lead. Hannu Mikkola trails his dueling teammates by many minutes. Two Renaults are still impressing and succeeding in staying ahead of the Lanciers, whose muted challenge is still led by the ever-consistent Bettiger in car number 8, with team leader Alain relegated to a supporting role. By the time the cars arrive at Monte Carlo at the end of the first leg, Walter Röhrl's determined efforts have enabled him to catch the flying Blomqvist and take the lead from a somewhat bemused Swede.
You're second at the moment, behind Walter. Has his speed surprised you?
Okay, not really, because such a good driver and in a good car must be okay.
Will you be able to catch him tomorrow, do you think?
No, it's finished.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are you going to settle for second place then?
What shall I do? It's no reason to ram 3 cars in 20 minutes in front of the other, so it's just to slow down now.
Mikkola is even more surprised, but equally philosophical.
All right. Looking a bit hot.
Yes.
What have the surfaces been like today?
It has been very icy. Very icy.
Are you happy with your position?
You know, I can't do better, so you have to be happy.
Where are you lying now in Hannu?
Third.
Before the rally, you said that if it was snowy,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to match
Yeah.
Stig and Hannu, but you have in fact done that.
Yeah, we have seen the first 3 stages. That was my learning stages. Luckily, I was learning quite fast. And after, it was always getting better and better. I'm surprised that it was so good.
But you are in the lead.
That's right, yeah.
Why are you so concerned, then, Walter? You seem very unhappy about being in the lead.
Okay, I think, you know, it's nice to go fast, but if you have to take too much risk, it's not any more nice. And it's that situation now. Maybe after 1 hour, I am relaxed, but now I say, I'm fed up.
How many risks have you been taking then?
Quite a lot, I tell you.
Why though? Why do you need to?
Yeah, of course, it was sure of us. Who is first here, he will win the rally.
It's a tradition of this most famous rally that the first man to Monte Carlo will eventually win the event. Röhrl's hat-trick of victories now looks likely as the cars and their weary crews wind down into the Principality for 24 hours rest. And so to Chirini, the epitome of the Monte. And amid great revelry, it's clear that Röhrl's lead is now secure, under team orders. The Audis are holding position. Blomqvist must adhere to his second place, while Mikkola in third is no less than 7 minutes adrift. But for a vast convivial crowd, there's plenty to cheer and jeer. Terrier's fine drive has kept him in 4th place, though Bruno Sabi will soon succumb to pressure from Bettiger's Lancia. A special welcome is reserved for Italy's rising young rally star, Mickey Biasio. Veteran French driver Bernard Darniche in an Audi 80 Quattro also gets high appreciation marks. It may not be quite as noisy or as tuneful as the Kop at Anfield on a Saturday afternoon, but for midnight on a mountaintop at -2 degrees centigrade, it's not such a bad effort. After high-speed incidents on Berzé and Saint-Aubin, Marco Hulen has fought back to 8th, which gives his tuneful supporters something to sing about. And at dawn on the final morning, the surviving cars traverse the Turini for the last time. On the waterfront at Monte Carlo, a cold, damp day has dawned to greet the winner. Walter Röhrl has proved beyond any doubt that he's sitting firmly at the very top of his profession. To step into a 360 horsepower Audi Quattro and in the space of just one rally to master the specialized techniques of left-foot braking, overcome the problems inherent with turbocharged engines and beat the Scandinavians at their own well-practiced game is little short of sensational. For the Germans, there could be no better result. A triumphant 1-2-3 for the Audi team and a stunning personal achievement for the amazing Walter Röhrl.